Hi, this is Natalie Bailey, your culinary sleuth. You're listening to Ed Hitzel's Table for One on News Talk 1400 WOND.
Our phone lines are open after the 12 o'clock news break. Ed and his guests would love to hear from you. Call to answer a trivia question. We have more than 30 gift certificates from area restaurants. And who knows, you might just win something for asking an insightful question or for prompting a thought-provoking discussion. Today's guest chef is ready to answer your cooking questions. Call for dining information, restaurant ratings, to disagree with our opinions, to air your pet peeves, or just to chat about the food and beverage industry. The phone numbers 927-1100 in Atlantic County, 390-8300 in Cape May County, 567-5656 in Hamilton and Camden County, or 597-0914 in Ocean County. So, where are we dining tonight?
I have a sweet thought for you. Sticky buns, cinnamon buns, chocolate chip butter cookie. Ward's Pastry in Ocean City would like you to consider placing your name on a cookie, on a cake. Pretty traditional to put names on cakes. That's not so unusual, but to put a name on a cookie, a chocolate chip butter cookie. Say you're having a birthday party and it's for your daughter and you want it to be special, so you can put your name, her name, on a chocolate chip butter cookie. The birthday party. Or you can just kiss their cinnamon buns, which is what's been happening at Ward's Pastry in Ocean City. Have you kissed a cinnamon bun lately? Ward's Pastry, 730 Asbury Avenue, 399-1260. This is the Ed Hitzel Radio Show. We talk restaurants, dining, food, hospitality, all things related. You can call us right now. The phone number is 927-1100. And I'm laughing because usually the phone numbers are posted on the wall, but they're not. But I do remember. It is back there.
Yeah, there's your nice central number back there.
Yeah, I was going to say I can say the phone numbers in my sleep, and all of a sudden there's no number, and then I realized it's back there behind me. So it is here, 927-1100. To get into our studios to talk to us, I have some trivia questions. Ed Purcell is my guest today from Ben and Casey's Lobster Pot Den.
Lobster Den.
It's a den. A den of lobster. Cookie J is my guest host. 3 questions for you to win some prizes. What is the name of Ed's boat? What is the name of their boat? He said it earlier in the show. We talked a little bit about it. What is a dayboat scallop? Tell us what a dayboat scallop is. We'll give you a gift certificate. I'm going to let Ed decide if you are correct. And where was Ed Purcell born? Ed told us earlier in the show where he was born. And there are 3 questions. If you want to call, 927-1100 to get in the studio. We're here live for the next hour. We'd love to give some of these gift certificates away. James Rabick is my producer. He'll answer the phone. And I believe we have a call from Dorothy, right? Dorothy?
Hi. Good morning.
What's for dinner, Dorothy?
You gave me a gift certificate to Subology.
Pardon me?
The roast beef sub. Subology. You gave me a gift certificate last month.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Did you use it?
That roast beef. No, I'm going to use it today. The roast beef hoagie, I hope.
That would be an exceptional idea. It'll change your life.
So. I hope so.
You'll be a different person after you have that roast beef sub.
There's horseradish sauce on it, right?
Well, that's up to you.
Oh, we can have that. Yeah, I read the article in the paper. Did you see the article in the paper? The weekly paper, Atlantic City?
On Subology?
Subology, yeah.
I heard that I heard about it. I did not see it.
And one other question. Have you ever eaten a chipotle?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, do you have the phone number, Ed?
345-2022.
Thank you. It's by Tropicana, right?
It's at 111 South Albion Avenue.
I can't place it. Is it also Pacific?
Yes,
Pacific
between Pacific and the Boardwalk. Aren't you impressed that I know all this off the top of my head?
I never go down that way.
It's between Pacific and the Boardwalk, 111 South Albion Avenue.
And it's 2 blocks up. There's a parking lot. Must be the very next parking lot for the guest house then.
Did you say 2 blocks?
Isn't it 2 blocks? Or is it further?
From where?
From Tropicana.
Oh, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know whether it's 1 or 2. Albion is between, oh boy, I should know this. California and Iowa? I'm guessing.
California, because it's 3452022.
3452022. Go ahead.
My friend mentioned a cut of steak I haven't heard in a long time. We're arguing which one it was. Domenico.
Delmonico?
Yeah. What?
That is a I believe that is a marketing term and not a USDA part of the animal.
Oh, okay. Was it brand name or something?
No, it's like prime rib is not a part of the animal. It's a marketing term.
Prime rib.
I believe it you know what? I'm not up on all of my meat knowledge. I can tell you a lot about meat, but I know that a lot of people like a Delmonico, but it's a certain cut of meat. I don't believe it comes from the rib, but I don't know.
Is it tender like the filet, or?
It's a wonderfully tasting tender cut of meat.
That's what she said.
It depends on what grade you get. I mean, if you can get a select grade, probably wouldn't be as tender or as tasty. But choice would be better. Certified Angus would be exceptional.
What do you look for to buy it in the market?
I'm sorry?
Is it sold as Delmonico in the markets, like ShopRite?
Some of them call it a Delmonico.
I've never seen it, so
I've seen it. I've seen it in supermarket. Try ShopRite. Where do you live, Dorothy?
I live in Atlantic City.
If you go to Absecon ShopRite or Summers Point ShopRite, ask at the meat counter and tell them you want a Delmonico steak. I'm sure they'll take care of you.
Thank you very much, Ed.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the gift certificate. Bye-bye.
Oh, enjoy subology. You'll love that. You're gonna get a roast beef sub today. I'm jealous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, Dorothy.
Jump in, Miss Cookie J. Don't be shy.
Me never shy. Never shy.
Okay, wait. Who is our other caller, James? James, we have another caller, and it says unknown. James. Hello,
Charlie from Ocean.
Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not terrific.
What's for dinner, Charlie?
I would love steak. I live in Ocean City. I go to Boyer's Butcher every once in a while. Are there any other butchers on like the mainland?
Well, if you go to ShopRite in Summers Point, they have a butcher shop. They actually have prime. They have prime meat there. They have USDA prime meat, and they also have certified Angus. Okay,
so you actually recommend ShopRite Butcher. That's great to know.
Yes, I've actually met them in Summers Point. They do a great job. They'll accommodate you. They're very friendly. They told me there's nothing they won't do. I mean, within reason. They're not going to give you a haircut and a shave. But they have.
I was always under the impression you had to go to a butcher that wasn't in a supermarket. I don't know. My father planted that in my head. Go to a seafood for seafood and go to a butcher for your steaks. But it's good to hear ShopRite has a good butcher.
ShopRite in Summers Point, I've gotten to know them. If you're a meat aficionado and you want a prime, I believe it's either a porterhouse or a T-bone. I'm not sure which one they have, but in Summers Point you can get certified Angus, and you can also get prime. So that's what I would do.
It's great to hear. I'll tell you, you make my mouth water when I listen to your radio show.
Yeah, is it the lobster bisque this morning?
It's everything. The way you describe food, just
It
must
is.
be like Pavlov's dog. I just start salivating.
That's right, Charlie. Forget to listening to Daddy. Listen to Ed. Ed is the man.
Well, thank you, Cookie.
You're welcome.
I guess I'm in the right place. I love to eat. I love kitchens. I grew up in a house where there was always food around. My mom loved to cook. She was a great cook. And my dad was in the hotel and restaurant business. So no matter where if I wasn't in school, I was around food.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy your show, and it's a pleasure to listen to you.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right.
Appreciate it. 927-1100 to get into the studio, to talk to Ed, to talk to Cookie, to talk to me.
Ed, and Cookie J.
Going back to sentimental things, I've been thinking about that.
Oh, we have an answer.
Go ahead.
I use a cast iron pan. That was my great grandmother's to do all my roast beefs, and And
There you
Oh.
are. Cast iron pan.
Yep.
Excellent. I was going to say the same thing when I was thinking about the sentimental things. My mom she liked owls.
Yeah.
So I just love to have owls around because that was my mom's thing.
Real ones?
No, Ed.
Stuffed ones?
Stuffed ones, marble ones, plastic ones, glass ones.
Fricasseed ones?
Diamond ones.
Filleted ones?
Filleted owls.
My friend does that with penguins.
Hoot,
She's
hoot.
penguin everything.
Oh, okay. Penguin, flap, flap. Owl, hoot, hoot.
I think my one of my biggest culinary regrets is that I can't find my mom's recipe book.
Oh.
She had a green recipe book, and the pages were all torn out. It was like a spiral, but nothing was in the spiral, and there was paper stuffed in there and notes, and it was big.
Yeah.
And I remember her using it, and when she died, no one knew where it was.
Yeah.
And I've talked to both my brothers, and they also would like to know where it is. So if anybody has seen my mother's green recipe book.
Let us do an investigation.
Okay, we have questions for you. What is the name of Ed's boat? Earlier in the show, Ed told us the name of his boat, and we questioned it because we thought it was an interesting name, and he told us a few things, which I'm not going to remind you of because that might give it away. 927-1100, win a gift certificate. What is a dayboat scallop? Tell us what a dayboat scallop is, and I will let Ed decide whether you've answered that correctly. And where was Ed Purcell born? Where was he born? He told us earlier about his connection.
Oh.
These chairs have arms that move.
Well, yours
Get used
does.
to it.
Yeah,
Yours
mine
doesn't?
No, you got the high-tech one over there.
This is a cool chair,
Ed is
man.
the man. I know all three
Where was
answers and I
Ed
can't
born?
call
He
in.
told us about his connection to that place and a little bit of elaboration on it. And we suspect some of the listeners would know the answer. 927-1100. And we have Bob in
Hi, Bob.
Margate. Bob,
Hey, good afternoon.
what's for dinner?
I don't know. I haven't figured out where I'm going to go for dinner yet.
What's
Okay.
for lunch?
Lunch? Hadn't even thought about that yet.
Come on, Bob. What was for breakfast?
Coffee?
Oh,
Coffee,
so you haven't
black?
you haven't eaten yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, my nutritionist would say you have to eat breakfast.
Within an hour of waking up?
Really?
In an
Yes.
hour?
You should eat within an hour of waking up, says my nutritionist.
So Nancy
Okay, well,
Adler would be mad at
it's
you.
Noon
Go.
and, it's noon, and I haven't quite woken up yet.
Oh, okay. Well, Bob, how can
Well,
we
I
help
wanted-
you?
Well, I wanted to ask your opinion. I recently went to a fairly upscale steakhouse, and I ordered a prime rib,
Right.
and it was cold. So I told the waiter, and the waiter apologized and took it back to the kitchen, leaving my potato and broccoli on the table,
Okay.
which got cold while he was doing something to the steak or to the prime rib. And when the manager brought the prime rib back, there were grill marks on the prime rib.
Right. They put it on the grill.
Right. Now, what should they have done?
If this was a first class, the customer is always right kind of place, they would have cut you a new slice of prime rib, and the employees would have gotten a nice meal. I'm not sure every restaurant owner would agree with that, but I don't know, Ed. What's your answer to that?
Yeah, well, I mean, if the cut was cold, it's you know prime ribs cooked ahead of time and they're cutting at the order, so pretty much almost my thought process is probably almost any cut he took off that meat would probably be, same temperature. And
They can dip it in. They have al juice. They can dip it in the gravy, and that'll warm it up.
They were probably using the grill to try to get you the meat out to you as quick as
Right.
possible.
So what
Yeah, I was just disappointed because it makes it makes the taste entirely different.
It does. It does. I will confess that I have taken a prime rib from the center of the rib and pan fried it. I get the pan really hot and I do it 2 minutes on either side, and it sears in the juices and it's a thing of beauty. But that's not what you wanted.
Well, that's right. That's right. You know, I mean, I oftentimes will order a steak Pittsburgh, you know.
Well, you must be my brother. So did you say something to them after it came back with grill marks?
No, I didn't feel in the, you know, first of all, I was hungry, and second of all, I figured, well, I'll just not go back.
Would you consider writing them a letter?
No, I think I would probably just make a posting on, you know, their website or something, or one of the restaurant review websites.
Let me ask you a question. Is this a place you've gone to many times?
I've only been there twice.
My suggestion would be to give them a second chance and write them a letter, send them an email, or write them a real letter like people used to do back in the old days, and see if they respond. Is this a local steakhouse?
It's in the Princeton area.
Princeton. Do you go to Princeton often?
Yes.
Is it a chain? Do they have multiple outlets around the country?
Not that I'm aware of. I think it's privately owned.
Okay, Bob, you can do what you want. I know how difficult it is sometimes to run a kitchen, and so I see both sides of the story.
Could have been chef's night off too, and
well, it could have been the chef's night off, but they didn't tell Bob, we're going to give you 10% off because the chef's not working tonight.
Yeah, but maybe the owner of the restaurant didn't even know the problem that occurred, Yeah,
I mean, you find out who the owner is and write a letter to the owner, because the owner might not know that that's happening. The owner might be appalled. I mean, the owner
frankly, I was.
Well, I am too.
Okay.
That's what I would do, Bob. I would write him a letter. I realize that takes time, and you're going to have to pay for a stamp and take an hour out of your day or however long it takes you to write a letter.
Well, it wouldn't take me an hour to write.
Well, I'm a terrible letter writer, so I always take my time, and it takes a lot of time. But
you have to learn to dictate to your computer so it'll type it for you.
Yeah. I have to learn to spell too, Bob. That's what I would suggest. Honestly, you were there twice and you liked it, right?
Well, I was there once, but I only had like an appetizer, and I figured, well, the menu looks pretty good. I'll go back for dinner.
How much did your prime rib cost you? $24, $28?
Yeah, it was just under 30, but the veggies and the potato were a la carte.
That's my advice. I mean, that's what I'd like. I'd like to see you write the letter for selfish reasons. I want to see how they respond, and I'd like you to call me back in a couple of weeks and see if they've responded. If they don't, if they don't respond, then I would post. Then you can go ahead and do what you want.
Okay.
That's my advice. You've called to ask me what I think.
No, I was just wondering. You're the food guru, so I understand that there were problems in the kitchen too. But, I wouldn't have expected they would give me a prime rib with grill marks on it.
I think you give them the opportunity, like I said, write the letter to the owner, because if the owner doesn't even know that this happened, the one thing as a owner of a business, you want all your customers to be happy. And like you said, the customer is always right. And I just think that, then if you don't get a reply from the owner, then,
Ed, what was the name of the place? I'm sorry, not Ed, Bob.
You want me to say the name of the place?
Yeah, tell me.
KC Prime.
KC Prime?
Yeah,
and it's
like Kansas, C like city.
Okay, I've never heard of it. It's in Princeton?
It's on, it's the Princeton area. It's right on Quaker Bridge Road.
Okay.
It's actually Lawrenceville right there.
Okay, all right. I've never heard of it. I should know it. We deliver magazines to that area. That's what I would do. Write the owner a nice letter, a short letter, explain what happened, and keep in touch with me. Call the show. Let us know what happens.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you, Ed.
All right, Bob.
Good luck, Bob.
Okay.
Hey, Ed Purcell?
Yeah.
Could you please say the address again and phone number of your business? We had a caller ask for that.
9 Stony Court, Ocean View, New Jersey.
As opposed to his house?
No house.
And the phone number is 609-861-7002.
On that note, I'm going to give the 3 questions again, then we'll take a break. Surprised we're not getting phone calls about these.
Happens.
Well, we usually get a lot of phone calls about the trivia questions. What is the name of the boat that Ed and his partner own and use to get seafood for their market, fresh seafood. What is the name of the boat? What is a dayboat scallop? That shouldn't be that difficult to answer.
I know the answer.
Well, you're not allowed to because you're here on the show. And we'll get the duck after you if you do that.
Right?
And where was Ed born? Ed was born in a city that he talked about a little bit. Michael Huber is a chef educator at the Academy of Culinary Arts, and he is the Cranky Chef.
Faculty Development Day returns with a vengeance. Hello, this is Michael Huber, the Cranky Chef for the Ed Hitzel Food and Dining Program. I know our fair governor thinks we teachers spend our in-service days hanging around the parking lot smoking cigarettes. Instead, we actually attend workshops. We're dedicated to learning. Today, we journeyed into diversity, learned differentiated instruction methods to address the needs of all students, and were taught a learner-centered approach to adult developmental students. Subjects much more interesting than they might sound at first glance, as presented by 3 talented, motivated, and professional teachers. And speaking of diversity, one speaker was a woman of color, one was a Korean-born woman, and one a Serbian-born male. Our teachers are finally becoming every bit as diverse as the student body that we serve. And isn't that a wonderful thing for all of us? Makes me proud to be a teacher. This is Michael Huber, the Cranky Chef for the Ed Hitzel Equal Opportunity Program.
Would you like to be a guest host on this show? If you're curious, talkative, and enjoy the hospitality industry, we will consider you. Call Ed at 609-909-9755. That's 609-909-9755. Or email us through the website at edhitzel.com.
Okay, we're back. We have some callers we'll get to you in a second. I want to tell people about the Brownie Square at Mays Landing. This is a bake shop that's more than a bake shop, owned by Chris Groom. How do you deal with Chris?
He was part of when we did Mays Landing Wine Festival. He was one of the local business owners that started setting it up, and he was very, very nice. And he has excellent brownies.
Yes. Not only excellent brownies, but cookie trays, breakfast sandwiches, a daily soup, such as chicken corn chowder or roasted eggplant and goat cheese or crab and cauliflower. Brownie Squared is in the center of the downtown of Mays Landing, 6019 Main Street, Mays Landing. Enjoy sitting in Brownie Squared and have a cup of coffee and take a look at all the goodies that you're surrounded with.
Beans, beer, and bisque.
Beans, beer, and bisque?
Yeah. Harry Beans, Taco Brewing Company.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
Yeah, that's our new motto. Beans.
Brownie Squared Bake Shop, 6019 Main Street in Mays Landing, 6250711. Let me see, where am I here? I am at the Tun Tavern in Atlantic City. I've been to many beer dinners at the Tun Tavern. Tun Tavern is famous for its beers. It's won lots of awards. Tun Tavern is famous for its steaks. The Tun burgers are delicious. Tun Tavern is owned by Monty Dom, who was in the Marines and wanted to open a place that reflected his passion for the Marine Corps. The Tun Tavern is named after the place where the Marine Corps was founded in Philadelphia. Please close the door. The Marine Corps was founded in Philadelphia, but there is no Tun Tavern in Philly. It's in Atlantic City. At the foot of the Atlantic City Expressway, across from the Atlantic City Convention Center. The Tun Tavern, famous for steaks, famous for burgers, famous for fun. Tun Tavern. And there is free parking across the street. The Red Room is an Italian restaurant in Ventnor Heights, known for excellent Italian food. It reminds me of what it was like eating in my grandmother's kitchen. My grandmother was from Naples. She didn't speak English, but boy, could she cook. And that's what you'll say when you leave the Red Room on Dorset Avenue in Ventnor Heights. Boy, can they cook. 822-1067. The Red Room, just like eating in your grandmother's kitchen if your grandmother was Italian. The Red Room, Dorset Avenue, Ventnor Heights, 822-1067. One of these evenings or afternoons when you're looking for a place that has excellent food, think of the Bistro by the Bay at Caroline's in Summers Point. Bistro by the Bay brought the food to our studio here on our Christmas show, and that's when we had a cheesesteak that seemed to transcend the name cheesesteak. It was delicious. Imagine crunchy, I guess it was garlicky, fair to say garlicky bread with delicious, great quality meat, delicious cheese. Something nice about perfect, simple food.
It's harmony.
It's harmony, that's right.
Harmony.
Glad you're here, Ed. You're adding just the right touch. Gorgonzola gnocchis. I say this every week. They were unbelievable. Homemade potato dumplings and gorgonzola cream sauce.
I love gnocchi.
Another simple, delicious dish.
Yes.
Makes me want to lift myself up and take myself to Summers Point.
Let's do it, Ed. And Ed.
Quattro Stagione, a four cheese pizza. No, Four Seasons pizza. Red pizza with prosciutto, mushrooms, olives, and artichoke hearts. A Philly cheesesteak pizza. Meat lovers pizza. White spinach, tomato, and gorgonzola. Some of the items. Brownies.
Yum.
I'm sorry, I'm getting all mixed up here. The Bistro by the Bay. They're in Caroline's in Summers Point. It's called the Bistro by the Bay, 601-2212. How's that duck over there?
Duck's doing good.
Smithville Inn. Smithville Inn has prime rib tonight with Yorkshire pudding. Smithville Inn chef is Chris Bellino. Smithville Inn is open for lunch and dinner. Historic Smithville Inn. There's also the more casual Fred and Ethel's Lantern Light Tavern. Don't forget Smithville Inn has a Sunday brunch, 652-7777. Smithville Inn.
Sounds yummy.
You can walk through the shop when you're done eating.
That's
Ooh,
right.
shopping, ladies. Let's go.
652-7777. Sunday brunch, Smithville Inn. Okay, we have a call from Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Ed.
Hello, Maureen. What's for dinner?
Dinner, I'm just going to be making some soup, chicken rice soup, because I've got a cold.
Nothing better than chicken soup when you're sick.
That's what my daughter said. You take any medicine? I said, yeah, I'm going to have chicken soup. That's what the doctor ordered.
And now, why chicken rice? Why not chicken noodle?
You know what? I always made chicken noodle, but my friend likes chicken rice, so sometimes I go back and forth with them. But I do put brown rice in it, though, trying to make it a little healthier.
Well, that's good. Does that, and then after you eat that, you feel much better, right?
Yeah, well, I think that it, kind of, keeps everything moving in your head. I think that's what it is. The warmth of the soup just keeps you, so you're not so stuffed up, maybe.
So how can we help
like
you? How can we help you, Maureen?
I just wanted to answer a question. I've been doing stuff back and forth, so I didn't actually hear all the information that Ed was talking about. But I just wanted to take a guess at the day boat scallops.
Yeah, what is a day boat scallop? And Ed is going to be the judge.
I'm just thinking that it's probably that the boat goes out and just catches them that day and brings them back, so that maybe they don't have to preserve them.
Yeah, that's they're not on the boat as long. Yeah, they're one day.
Okay.
Usually under 24 hours.
We're going to give it to you.
Way to go, Maureen.
Okay,
you
great.
go, girl.
Thank you.
Hope you feel better.
Hey, Maureen, I have a
thanks
question.
a lot.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever cleaned out the refrigerator of a family member or close friend?
If I have, it's been a really long time.
Okay.
So I can't really.
Okay. Have you ever stiffed a server?
Oh, no.
No?
Given them a penny?
Pardon?
Have you left a penny? That's supposed to be
I'm
worse than a
pretty much
stiff.
around the 20%.
Wow, that's pretty good. Have you ever walked out of a restaurant?
None that I can think of.
Have you sent a meal back?
No, one time they found a hair in the soup, so they just took it right away and brought us another cup.
Was it a rabbit?
We were like looking at it. We saw it when it came out, so the server happened to see us looking at it.
Was it a rabbit soup?
No, it was a
Get it? Hair in the soup?
clam chowder.
I make a joke.
I make a joke.
Not a funny joke. Have you ever written a letter to a restaurant praising something about the restaurant?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
That's a good question. I was at a restaurant the other day, and I called the manager over, and he looked at me, and he was like, his face went down because I was going to complain, and I didn't. And I said, I love your restaurant. Everything's terrific. and his face lit up, and people need to do that more. If you like something, tell somebody. Tell somebody.
That's cool.
Yeah, they should. Just like with the people of your sponsors, if you go into their restaurant, I usually try to let them know I heard about it on the radio because I know that they're paying.
Thank you.
For time.
We appreciate that.
I usually try to do that. And we love Mamma Mia's. We go there. They have the best and most reasonable price lunches over there, over in Egg Harbor Township.
Oh my God, I love their food.
Mamma Mia.
They give you you can get they have some of them are like $8 and you get these great entrees and then you get a salad and bread with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you see Joe, congratulate him on his granddaughter.
I will, Isabella.
Isabella, yep.
I did hear that.
Yep.
So I have been listening.
Someday she'll own that place. Well,
I like
thanks.
what you guys were saying about no wine yet, no cheese.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he'll be feeding her soon enough.
Oh, that's exciting. Wasn't she a week, he said?
A week.
Oh, that's exciting.
Maureen, I'm going to put you, or better yet, my producer, James Rabick, is going to put you on hold, and we'll get your name, address, and phone number. James, where are you? There you are. And thank you, Maureen.
Thank you, Ed.
We're going to send you a gift
show.
certificate.
We always enjoy listening to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, have a good day, guys.
Bye, Maureen.
Willie. We have Willie.
Hello?
Hi, Willie.
Hey, bless the cook and the chef. You know, there's no greater expression of culture than, the chef, the cook, and the musician. And if people just realize how close that is to civility. And me being a single man, I do a little cooking myself. I've cooked for Bill Cosby barbecue and dinners and so forth.
Hey, Willie.
Harris, at Trump Plaza.
Willie.
And yes.
Do you ever cook for a lady?
I do it all the time.
Yeah?
That is my net. That's how I get to my
That's your net?
Yeah.
How often does it work?
I say 99% time.
Really? You must
See,
be.
I traveled. I was in the military, England, Germany, to Greece, and I've also been a single man for 66 years. So, I know a few things.
Okay, Willie, what are you going to cook for me?
Well, I've just finished, and I tell you, a chef from Miami told me I was in Red Bank in 65, 66. He says, how you cook the meat. If you season it right and cook it, you don't lose the moisture. Moisture should always be good. I just had this bass, and I'm not sure which kind it is. He's got the kind of round, big head, but it's real good. Reddish.
That's my cat.
Are you going to cook Ed's cat for me?
But listen, I use the Spanish seasoning, abado seasoning, black pepper, and I have this Dutch oven. I season the inside out. I use a little vegetable oil, put the top on it, and it's like steam fried. You just eat it with your fingers.
Cookie asked you when you're cooking for her.
Well, I have to cook another one. That one's too good to save.
Oh, okay.
Too good for the cookie?
Yeah.
Willie, I'm insulted highly.
But I didn't know I was going to be talking to you. I'll make another one. And make it
very good excuse.
But I'll make it
I'll
better,
take it.
and then one day we'll deliver it in the Dutch oven, and it'll still be hot.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
Willie.
people that cook, and it is just so great, their culture, their behavior, how they relate to people, and just how far food is went. And one final thing I just want to say, on the internet, we have got to deal with the internet pirates. It costs $150 billion to American businesses. And just things like that. Look, Maine lobster through UPS, ship it all over the world. Suppose somebody steal that trademark. So don't be ignorant about this internet. The government's not going to take away your rights. Right now, it's in the hand of businesses in Russia or Hong Kong, businessmen everywhere. Let's come together on this internet. If not, we'll all be slaves.
Willie, I'm a slave to lobster bisque right now.
Right, it's a good thing. It's only
Willie,
in America.
thank you for the call.
No malice.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a break. John Mahoney's Weekend Wine Tips brought to you by Canals of Berlin, Route 73, Berlin, New Jersey. Looking for a fine wine, a cheap, great wine? Looking for one of the beers you hear about on this show? The folks at Canals in Berlin are friendly, helpful, and patient. They'll help you find that special wine or beer. Those folks also own Payless Liquors in Atlantic City. You're on, John.
Jess Jackson, founder of Kendall Jackson Wines, passed away last year at the age of 81. He made some nice introductory wines, and this is John Mahoney with the Hitzel Restaurant Show with a weekend wine tip about restaurant wine lists. You see, Jackson knew most Americans were basically lazy and wouldn't work to fine-tune food and wine, so he added a secret ingredient to all his wines: sugar. That's right. All Kendall Jackson wines have a little extra sugar added to them to make them easy for Americans who are already addicted to sweet things. If they like that, they'd like his wine. You should pair your food selections to wines that come from the same area where they were made. Europe had centuries to work out flavor matchings and to avoid any wine with alcohol over 14.5% and with lingering sweetness. They don't go with food. This is John Mahoney suggesting you sit back and enjoy the snowy nights, frosty evenings, and chilly days with dry red wines from Italy, Spain, Portugal, or from South America, where they make wines to pair with food and without any extra sugar. In Vino Veritas.
Enjoy Absecon Island's unique sports bar and restaurant, the BYO Grill, 5200 Ventnor Avenue in Ventnor. A place to eat, a place to meet. Have some wings and watch the game. BYO Grill is our name. Open from 11:30 a.m. 7 days a week. The perfect place for parties, special events, and you. 5200 Ventnor Avenue in Ventnor. 428-6908. This message brought to you with pride by U.S. Food Service.
Enjoy beautiful bay views at Back Bay Ale House, Gardner's Basin in Atlantic City. This Key West-style eatery with a full bar features lunch and dinner daily from 11 a.m. No entree over $20. Guinness plus 5 ales on tap. Home of the Basin Mason and the nightly Sunset Toast. Watch the boats go by at the outside deck at Back Bay Ale House, 800 North New Hampshire Avenue, Atlantic City. Call 609-449-0006. This message brought to you by U.S. Food Service.
Are you a home chef? Do you like to cook? Would you share a recipe that you're known for at parties and family functions? Join us on our TV show, Hitzel a la carte. Just call us at 609-909-9755. That's 609-909-9755. Or email us through the website at edhitzel.com.
Okay, I'm responsible for this music. I'm really not sure what I grabbed this morning. I grabbed the CD. Sounds like music for church or something.
Heartfelt Steve Hall piano orchestrations.
Is that what it is?
Here on Newstalk 1400 WOND.
Nice voice, Jim. We have 2 questions left. I really think somebody's going to get the name of the boat, the name of Ed's boat. I'll give you a hint. It's named after something that... How do I give a hint without giving it away? It's named after something that didn't just float. Okay, yeah, that's good. Named after something that didn't just float. 927-1100. The name of Ben and Casey's boat. Ben and Casey's Lobster Den's boat.
While we're waiting
it's named
for that.
after something, and I'll give you another hint. When they bought it, they didn't change the name of it because he said he was superstitious. Or apparently there's a superstition about doing that. Anyway, 927-1100. And also, where was he born? He was born in a place that is not here. Okay.
Batman.
927-1100. Atlantic City Country Club is a great place for your wedding. It's a great place for Sunday brunch. It's a great place for lunch or dinner. Atlantic City Country Club is famous for its crab cake recipe. Atlantic City Country Club, 236-4400. I have letters in my briefcase from people, 4 different letters from people who have had their weddings at Atlantic City Country Club. And they want you to know that this is a great place for a wedding.
I will keep that in mind. I just need the man. Cookie J.
You just need the man?
Just need the man. Cookie J Jr.'s out there listening. I'm sorry. I just want to say hello to my sweet baby girl. Is that okay, Ed?
Sure.
And Ed, thank you very much. And Maddie.
And whenever you get married, think of Atlantic City Country Club.
I shall.
236-4400.
Is it going to be, you looking for like Brownie K? To marry Cookie J?
Brownie K.
That's pretty good.
Marry Cookie J. No, I'm in the Girl Scouts. We pass brownies.
Angelo's Fairmount Tavern in Atlantic City is famous for its sauce. It's famous for its location. Angelo's is a landmark. Many, many years in Atlantic City. I'm not sure how many, but I would say more than 75. I remember Angelo's when I was a young lad, dining in one room. Had a lot of baseball pictures in it. Now Angelo's is sprawling over 3 floors and a couple of several buildings that can accommodate 300 people for a wedding, a gala event, family gatherings, delicious Italian food, and you can take home the sauce in big jars. Angelo's Fairmount Tavern, 2300 Fairmount Avenue, 3442439. Angelo's Fairmount Tavern.
And don't forget the wine.
And don't forget the wine, the vino.
Oh, my goodness.
Asian pear wine.
That sounds good. I love Asian pears.
Asian pears.
By the way, I found San Marzano tomatoes, real San Marzano tomatoes at ShopRite. San Marzano are the best tomatoes you can buy.
Sweet.
San Marzanos are hard to find, and there are some fakes out there. Be careful when you buy your San Marzano tomatoes. You want to get the real thing. San Marzanos are available at ShopRite. San Marzano peeled tomatoes. Also found Peter Luger cream spinach. You hear Joe Messiah and I talking about going to New York to Peter Luger Steakhouse. You can get the Peter Luger steak sauce and Peter Luger cream spinach at ShopRite. And ShopRite also has party trays for football games. You can get in and out quickly. Go in and buy a party tray, especially at the AppSeek and ShopRite. You can walk right in at the entrance and get your party trays and watch your football games this weekend.
Let's have a party, girls. No football, just trays from ShopRite.
AppSeek and Marmora also have internet shopping at ShopRite. Throughout South Jersey, it's the place to shop.
Very convenient.
JoJo's Italian Ristorante in Northfield. This is JoJo's Antonino's. Tony is the owner. Tony does a wonderful job. I happen to have the menu here.
What's on the menu, Ed?
Well, I had known as all veal meatballs last week when I went there, and some stuffed Italian long hots. There's something about long hots. I love long hots.
Long
Stuff
hots.
them any kind of different way. Long hots.
Never heard of a long hot.
All veal meatballs.
Oh, my goodness.
All veal meatballs. You never heard of long hots?
No.
Italian long hots?
Nope, never heard of
Either
them. What are
stuffed
they?
or they're long hot. They're peppers.
Sausage. Peppers.
Yeah.
Oh, the roasted
Yeah, you
peppers.
can stuff them.
I like the baby roasted. You ever the new baby roasted peppers? They have them at ShopRite, I think.
And at Antonino's in Northfield, you can also have eggplant balls. Meatless eggplant, Italian seasoning,
Eggplant
marinara
balls.
sauce, and mozzarella cheese. Antonio's JoJo's in Northfield. 2405 New Road, Northfield, 646-7565. Okay. Do we have any breaks left, James, or did we do them all?
We've technically done them all.
Technically, we've done them all. Okay. We
Your
have
promo once.
Paul in somewhere.
Huntington Valley?
He's in Huntington Valley, PA.
Huntington Valley. Hey, Paul. Paul, what's for dinner?
Hey, Paul.
Hello, hello?
Paul, you there?
Yes, I am.
How can we help you, Paul?
Hi. I had been to one of the Cookie Self-Esteem lectures, so I wanted to say hi.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Good. The other day, I had made a dinner for some girl I was dating,
Yeah.
and she had mentioned to me that she was dieting. So sometimes I know that when we diet, we might crave a food, that we need, that might even help us. And this girl had said she really liked shrimp. And just from my little knowledge of that, I thought, maybe she's low in iodine, as so many people are. So I made 2 shrimp dishes, which I made shrimp parmesan, which I made the shrimps without breading, because it was for diet, but with good cheese and sauce and nothing low fat, because all that stuff's really bad for you. And I made shrimp scampi, even with regular butter, because I wanted to get, the good,
Well,
fat.
What would you make for me if I crave pizza?
What would I make for you if you crave pizza?
Yeah.
To be really simple, I might go out. I might need to know a little bit about what you like or what your health history is, but in general, I would go out and get like a boboli crust, because that's the easiest thing to do. I would get a really good sauce. I like maybe a Cabernet marinara, something like that, or spicy tomato basil.
Spicy is nicey.
Sprinkle it with a little Parmesan. I would sprinkle it with a little mozzarella, like light on the cheese. And I would prefer to put on whatever your favorite vegetables would be.
I accept.
Unless you're a meat lover, then I'd throw like meat on it.
You throw meat on it?
Throw it on there.
Paul.
Well, Paul, thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you what you might have. I didn't include a dessert. I just went, let's eat, as much of the shrimp as possible. I also had a Caesar salad. I was wondering what you might have included for a dessert in, for like low-cal kind of thing. With that would have gone.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
You're asking me for a low-cal dessert? That's pretty funny.
Yogurt.
Paul, I would do some fresh berries.
You eat as much of the dinner as you want.
Yeah, but actually, I've been out to dinner and I've ordered fresh berries because I'm trying to behave.
Oh, yeah, that's outstanding.
Dollop of
After
whipped
doing
cream.
about 2,000 calories and a couple of courses, I feel guilty and I seek out blueberries and strawberries. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I do like
over top of creme brulee.
Blueberries,
creme brulee,
and frozen yogurt thing.
I was at Golden Nugget the other night. Vic and Anthony's. I had my birthday dinner there. Joe Messiah took me out to dinner.
Wow, 37, huh?
Yeah, right. And they made the creme brulee. First of all, Vic and Anthony's is just an amazing steakhouse. Their food was so good, but they had a flat creme brulee on the whole plate. I've never seen it like that.
Oh.
And
almost like a flan type.
Yeah, yeah.
No crust, though?
Yeah, it was a crust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm calling you from Huntington Valley, and we're covered in snow.
How many inches?
About 3.
Well,
I'm drawing my way back.
How many inches? I'll say 8.
We're in Linwood, and we have nothing.
We got soggy grass.
Well, Paul, I got to let you go. We're almost done. I got a couple things to do.
Have a great day.
Thank you,
Paul.
sir. Bob in Vineland.
Hi, Bob.
Bob?
Hello.
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 What's for dinner, Bob?
What's for dinner? Chili. I made turkey chili with some pumpkin and zucchini in it.
Why are you using turkey?
Healthy. Got to get like you. I got to lose some weight.
Okay. Good answer. I just wondered what you'd say. You have a trivia answer.
Yeah, the boat name was Monitor.
That's
correct.
correct.
That is correct.
Yay, Bob.
Very good. The boat's name is Monitor. Before you go, Bob, before we give you over to my producer, tell me whether you have ever cleaned out a refrigerator for a relative or friend.
No, I have not cleaned out a refrigerator for a relative or a friend.
Have you ever stiffed a server?
No, never.
Have you ever sent food back?
Yes, but very rarely. Only like twice in my life.
Have you ever written a letter to a restaurant telling them what a great place it is?
No, but I've told them on the way out, and I would like to chime in with your review of Vic and Anthony's at the Golden Nugget. It was fabulous.
Yeah.
I've been there twice.
It was really an exceptional meal. Even the sauces with the steaks were really amazing.
Everything, and the service was impeccable. I mean, I'm just impressed with what they've done there.
I am too. I think they're gonna. Golden Nugget's gonna be a player.
Yep.
In all ways, especially in food. I'm really happy with what I saw over there.
Yeah. I met the general manager there, Tom Pullman, at an Atlantic City Rotary meeting, and what a gentleman! And they got some really good ideas coming up there, and really looking forward to eating there again.
Bob, I'm going to put you on hold, and James Rabick will get your name, address, and phone number, and we have a call from Jim in Northfield.
Bye, Bob.
All right, Cookie.
Jim?
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today?
Great, Jim. How are you?
Doing well. I just wanted to mention, I heard you mention JoJo's of Northfield. I just wanted to say I go there quite often. I think they have a great menu, very fair pricing, and great service.
It's a wonderful restaurant. It really is, and I'm glad to have gotten to know Tony, and I'm glad to have discovered the place. And he's a good guy, good family man, and I appreciate the phone call.
You have a great day.
Thanks, Jim. All right, we have 5 minutes left.
5 minutes. This is the Cookie J coming at you for 5 more minutes with love and magic and food and beans, brew, and bisque, and Ed and Ed.
Ed and Ed.
Ed and Ed.
The Ed and Ed show with cookies. So, Cookie, you do seminars for young people, young women?
I do. Well,
to give them self-esteem?
Yes, I teach children self-esteem. I want to teach children to have self-esteem. To me, self-esteem is more important than reading and writing. If you don't have self-esteem, you have nothing. Bullies are able to bully because we don't have enough self-esteem. I also am going to go on to teach women and some men what life is about and how special you are, and the fact that your values are your own, and the values that you might have grown up with are your parents' values, and everybody needs to get their own values and learn that you are special, and whatever dreams you have, you may go for them and you will achieve them. And so many of us grow up and we say, oh, we remember back in high school, I never fit in. And it's wrong. We do fit in.
I was trying to finish that sentence. I never fit in my pants.
And we need to be unique, and we don't want to be a follower. We want to be our own person, and I've learned this late in life. I learned this, and it's absolutely amazing. Thoughts become things. If any of you have seen The Secret or read the book The Secret, the law of attraction is a real force. Just as gravity is a force, your thoughts are a force. And if you think positive, you will get positive. And it's not just a saying, as I thought my whole life. I thought, oh, it was a saying, think positive. It's actually a real science.
Well, if someone wants to do one of your seminars, what phone number or how can they get in touch with you?
Well, they may call me at 215-919-8090.
Say it again.
215-919-8090, or you may contact me on Facebook. My name is Risa, R-I-S-A, Cookie, C-O-O-K-I-E, J, as in the letter J.
Ed Purcell of Casey and Ben's Lobster Den. Would you please give me the correct address? I don't want to give your home address
Not your
out
home.
again.
9 Stony Court, Ocean View, New Jersey. And the phone number 609-861-7002.
And what days? You open 7 days a week?
Right now, retail-wise, we're open only on the weekends. But spring through fall, we're 7 days a week. And we service restaurants 7 days a week now. Just our retail market is only open on the weekends.
And it's CaseyandBen'sLobsterDen.com.
Yeah, that's our website. We ship lobsters all over the U.S. Scallops, tuna, you name it, we ship it. Holiday packs, Christmas, Valentine's Day. So you can get that fresh scallops out in Kansas City with the steaks.
I accept. Okay.
So when you go out there, I'd make sure, which I've had people do, go to Myrtle Beach and order and have it shipped there. When they get there, they have their lobster in Myrtle Beach.
Wow, we're in Philly.
Next week on the show, Joel Schaefer of Fire Creek Restaurant it says Voorhees, I think that is correct. Brett Hulbert of Portobello's Restaurant in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. And I'm not sure who our special guest is next week. It might be Tony Cordavari, formerly owner of Tre Figlio. It could be the folks at Tony's Baltimore Grill. Maybe Joe Milza from Renault Winery. We're not sure. We don't have it nailed down yet. James Rabick was my producer today. Give yourself a hand, James.
Yay, James. Go, James.
From the brand new studios of WOND at Longport Media, I bid you have a great meal. See